Every night at 11:30 p.m., the last bus in Detroit would pull up to the same corner. And every single night, Samuel Reed was on it. Samuel was 32, working 2 full-time jobs. During the day, he was at a warehouse, and at night he cleaned office buildings. He was always tired, always quiet, and to the world around him he was always invisible. The other passengers on the bus never really looked at him, and they definitely never spoke to him. They didn't know that this quiet man once had big dreams of becoming an engineer. They didn't know he had to drop out of college to support his family when things got tough. They didn't know that during his short lunch breaks he'd pull out old worn-out textbooks and study, trying to keep that dream alive, even if it was just a whisper. He was just another face in the crowd, another tired soul heading home after a long day. Then, one freezing cold winter night, something different happened. The bus shuddered to a stop and the engine went silent. The driver's voice came over the speaker. "Sorry folks, it looks like we've broken down. It'll be a while." A collective groan went through the bus. People started complaining, pulling out their phones to call for a ride, or just getting off to walk the rest of the way in the cold. But Samuel stayed. He just sat there, patient as ever. The driver, a man named Marcus, noticed him sitting there alone. He walked back and asked, "Hey man, you don't mind waiting?" Samuel looked up and offered a small, soft smile. "I've waited for most of my life," he said quietly. "I think I can wait a little more." Marcus laughed, but then he paused, his expression changing. He was intrigued. "What do you mean by that?" he asked. Samuel hadn't planned on talking, he never did. But that night something was different. The words just started to come out. He told Marcus about his life, his dreams of being an engineer, the sacrifices he had to make for his family, and the quiet hope he carried with him every single day. He talked about feeling stuck, about watching life pass by from the window of this very bus. Marcus didn't interrupt. He just listened, really listened. As the replacement bus finally arrived and Samuel was about to get off, Marcus handed him a small business card. "My sister," he said. "She works at a community college. She helps people just like you get back on their feet and back into school. Give her a call." Samuel hesitated for a moment. It felt like a lifeline, but it was also scary. Could he really do it? He took the card. That small piece of paper felt heavier than any toolbox he'd ever lifted. Weeks later, after a lot of thought, Samuel made the call. He enrolled in night classes. The journey was anything but easy. It was brutally hard. Juggling 2 jobs and engineering classes was exhausting. There were countless nights he barely slept, running on pure determination and cheap coffee. But this exhaustion felt different. It was the exhaustion of building something, not just surviving. Months slowly turned into years of relentless effort. 4 years later, Samuel Reed no longer rode that last bus home. One evening he found himself standing at that same familiar corner, but everything was different. He was wearing a clean, crisp jacket and holding a laptop bag. He was an engineer. As he got into his own car, he drove past that bus stop. He saw someone else standing there looking just as tired and quiet as he used to. He slowed down, a wave of understanding washing over him. And in that moment, he remembered something incredibly important, something he wanted to share with you today. Sometimes, the journey feels unbearably long, not because you are lost or forgotten, but because you are being prepared for the destination you were always meant to reach. Your moment is coming. Don't give up on the wait. Thank you so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, please like and subscribe for more content that inspires. We'll see you in the next one.